Geno King Boxing back in the building, back with some more boxing news. And yes, it's been talks around boxing circles that a Canelo Alvarez versus Conor McGregor potential fight could possibly go down pretty soon. As we all know, Conor McGregor was in attendance at the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois fight this past weekend, front row. Yeah, and I mean, what can I say? You know, of course, I'm all for guys getting their money, big paydays, Canelo and Conor McGregor, but the integrity of the sport is being damaged when you have these circus fights like this, where the UFC fighter really doesn't deserve to fight a guy like Canelo Alvarez when you got guys like David Benavidez and Terrence Bud Crawford in line, actual boxers that are willing and ready to fight Canelo Alvarez. And that's not to say that Conor McGregor is a pushover. We all know Conor McGregor can fight, but to jump in line, the front of the line to fight a guy like Canelo Alvarez, I think it's completely wrong. And no, it's not justified. I mean, what has Conor McGregor done lately to deserve a fight against Canelo Alvarez? Canelo Alvarez is, you know, that dude right now. He's the face of boxing. When McGregor fought Money Mayweather, Mayweather had retired. He wasn't at the top of boxing anymore. He wasn't competing in boxing. So, you know, it's a different situation. When you get an actual guy like Canelo Alvarez, who's actually a top contender right now in boxing, one of the faces of boxing, yeah, you know, it's going to rub people the wrong way. You know, so I just think that this is a mistake. You know, I don't think they need to have this fight. McGregor, we already know he would get knocked out fighting a guy like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez would knock him out. You know, so competitive it would not be, and it would all be a money grab. And I'm all for guys getting their money. That's great, but come on people, we don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, in other news, Jaron Ennis will be fighting a rematch against Karan Chuk November 9th, going down in a rematch. These guys fought back in January of 2023, and Karan Chuk gave Jaron Ennis a run for his money. I think it was one of Karan Chuk's I think it was one of Jaron Ennis' toughest fights. Karan Chuk really used the ring well. Really used the ring well. And he kept hitting Jaron Ennis with a tricky left hook. And he kept catching him. Jaron couldn't do nothing about it. And, you know, I think Jaron's biggest issue was in that fight, he couldn't cut the ring off good. His ring cutoff skills were ghost in that fight. But let's see if he can make adjustments. Let's see if he can cut the ring off against Karan and make the fight look a little bit more easy. He won the fight, no doubt. Jaron Ennis won the fight, but he had trouble. It was one of his toughest fights, and he was getting hit a lot. Karan Chuk was in and out with tricky hooks and tricky combinations, catching Jaron Ennis off guard and, you know, backing him up a bit. So, yeah, I think this will be a great rematch. Let's see if Jaron Ennis has that Mayweather effect. We all know Money Mayweather, when he rematched his opponents, he made sure that he left no doubt in the judges' minds that he dominated the fight. Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, let's see if Jaron has that Mayweather effect. That's what's gonna make him great. I think Jaron is probably 1 to 2 skill sets off from being great. He's kind of like Shakur. It's like they need like 1 to 2 more skill sets, and they're great. You know, then Jaron needs that special opponent on his resume, to where we see that, hey, this guy is definitely the truth. He's proven it. You know, you got Conor being Emmanuel Stanios and Mario Barrio in the 147-pound division. You know, those are probably the guys next up in that division. You know, I think Jaron would dominate either one of those guys easy. So, yeah, I think Jaron would dominate either one of those guys easy. But the fight everybody wants to see, of course, is Jaron Boots versus Terrence Crawford. Yes, Jaron Boots Ennis versus Terrence Crawford. Man, we all know that'll be a spectacular fight. Both of these guys at the top at what they do. But Jaron, I think he still needs possibly 2 more fights to be able to compete on that level against a guy like Bud Crawford. But will he have time? We all know Bud Crawford is 37 years old. I think Bud Crawford probably has 2 more great fights before he retires. I know he wants that Canelo fight. He wants 2 more meaningful fights. And I just don't know if Jaron Ennis will be able to catch Bud Crawford on the way out before he retires. You know, so yeah, I think that would be a great matchup. Definitely Bud Crawford, I got him winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound great at the moment. Jaron Boots Ennis is the future of boxing. You know, still a young cat. It'll probably go something like how the Mayweather-Canelo fight went. You know, Bud Crawford schooling Jaron Boots Ennis. But it's going to make Jaron Ennis one of the greatest fighters ever after that fight. You know, so that's my opinion on the situation. This is Gino King Boxing. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button, and I'm out.